There are 7 mistakes that women make in relationships that really mess up relationships and even lead to breakups. You are over 20 or even 30 and you are still single. What's more, you can't make it work with men. Your relationships are like roller coasters, up and down. Or maybe you are in a relationship now, but you don't feel happy. If you recognized yourself, then watch this video carefully, because now you will learn what will help you to build a harmonious relationship with the future or present man. A relationship is always a tsunami of different emotions. You experience both joy and gratitude, and fear of loss and even despair, and sometimes inner feelings take over the mind, and you start to do things that slowly destroy your connection with the man. Something you do consciously, something subconsciously, but the result is often the same. The man freaks out, packs his things, and leaves. Do you want to know how should you act in a relationship so that a man loves you, appreciates you, and is afraid of losing you? The first and most important rule is never make these 7 terrible mistakes that women often make, which have caused you to be lonely or unhappy in love up to now. Mistake number 1 that I notice in so many women who come to me with the request, Lisa, how do I improve my relationships with men? What I see is the disregard for men as a class, as a gender. What do women often say about men? Normal men are dead, men are like children, men are weak, men are stupid. In general, there is the disregard for men. And I often notice that women devalue the role of men in society, saying that everything is centered on women, women work, earn money on their own, women can be strong on their own. Men are not really needed in their lives. That is, a man's role in a woman's life is being devalued. What don't these women understand? That their desire to meet a decent man and get married is completely contrary to their inner beliefs that a man is an unworthy person who's weak, foolish, and not really needed at all. These 2 ideas in a woman's head exist at the same time and do not allow a woman to meet a man, not to mention building a long-term, serious relationship with him. Because your subconscious mind understands that if a man is not important to you, he gives you nothing, he is nothing, then your subconscious mind basically removes a man from your life. If you keep devaluing men, thinking negatively about them, men will keep disappearing from your life. And now mistake number 2. But wait, I think if you're watching this video, it means that you haven't been able to build your dream relationship yet. Or maybe you just recently lost a man you loved very much. You loved him, but you couldn't make him stay. He said he didn't love you anymore, he didn't want to be with you, and you feel terribly hurt now. So I'm gonna give you this painkiller pill that will quickly and very effectively heal your heart. Just click here, sign up, and come to my upcoming online masterclass, where I will tell you my step-by-step strategy. Manifest your ex back in 35 days. Yes, it is possible, without tears and without persuasion, without initiative, to make your man change his mind, come back to you, perhaps apologize, and say that he loves you very much and wants to get back together with you. I know it's hard to believe this now, but it's worth a try. The link is in the description. Go ahead and sign up. So, mistake number 2 in relationships with men, and it is that in a relationship with a man you take the position, I am chosen, and forget that it is actually you who chooses your partner. You choose a man, someone to connect your life with, someone to be with. The position I'm chosen is a position of expectation, the position of a victim. And here comes this thinking, maybe someone will pick me up, maybe someone will marry me, maybe someone will finally like me. In reality, it is low self-esteem and an inner belief that you're some cheap product that no one needs for free. But you must understand that if you treat yourself as if you are a cheap product that no one wants inside yourself, It can be an inner feeling. It can lurk in you even if you are beautiful and look like a high fashion model. It is still an internal feeling. If you think this way about yourself and expect someone to finally marry you, if you feel like an unnecessary product, then of course men will treat you accordingly. What's the right way? And the right way is to feel like a very expensive product, or better, the most valuable gift. Mistake number 3, and it is very common. This mistake is that a woman enters into a relationship with a man even if she is initially dissatisfied with him. For example, at the start of your communication, you quickly discovered that it's normal for the man to drink alcohol often, and you know that this is unacceptable to you. You don't want a serious, long-term relationship with a man who drinks heavily. For you, it is not normal, but you still go into the relationship and you say to yourself that he will love me and for my sake he will change, or I am so wise, I can change him. Unfortunately, it all ends very badly, so even if you live with a man for the first few years very well, all the same, your claim to him, it will come out. The man was not going to change, and you get to torment both him and yourself. That's why it's very important to make the right choice at the first stage. If you understand that a man doesn't suit you in any crucial way, do not start any relationship with him at all. No, I will change him or he will change. No. Take the position, I'd rather find a man who doesn't have these problems. What kind of problems could these be? If it is normal for a man to communicate with a lot of women at once, but for you it is not normal, immediately run away from this man. By the way, we can make a video what men to run away from. If you want this video, leave a comment. If the man is a drug addict or alcoholic, it is better to run away at once. Do not try to change him, because they try to change such people for years and often it doesn't lead to any success. Think about what other things are unacceptable to you, and you should avoid such men. Mistake number 4. Men are often taught the less we love a woman, the more she likes us. And women are taught not to show their love, or men will lose interest. And what comes out of it? A man pretends that he doesn't care, for example, he doesn't text, doesn't call, and a woman pretends that she doesn't care, she doesn't pick up the phone, doesn't respond to his texts for 12 hours. In the end, the man feels that she doesn't really need him, and the woman also feels that he doesn't love her enough. And we get this cold and unhappy love. But it could have been different. Maybe you really should show your affection for the other person and not be afraid to open your heart. Many people unfortunately have their heart chakra closed. It is blocked. Once rejected in a relationship, once traumatized in some way related to love, people close their hearts and say, I won't love anymore, because when I open up, they hurt me. But love is impossible with a closed heart. And it's not love, it's some kind of weird relationship. Ask yourself, do I need this weird cult relationship, or do I want to open my heart and try to love and respond to the love of someone who also opens his heart for me? Mistake number 5 is trying to bind your partner to yourself by, for example, by controlling his behavior, not allowing him to meet up with friends, not allowing him to visit his mother. This can also include jealousy, that is the fear of losing a man, and an attempt to control his phone, his communication, where he was, what time he came back, and when he left. This is a very big mistake because it causes distrust. If you control a person, if you impose some rules on him, how he should behave in what society, who he should communicate with and who shouldn't, sooner or later it annoys any person, because any person is an adult. He's a personality, he wants to be free, and he's not interested in being constantly subjected to jealousy, control, and suspecting something. Such relationships fall apart quickly. What should you do? Of course, if you want to build a strong relationship, trust your partner. Mistake number 6 is common, very common among women, Wanting a relationship solely to have your man handle all of your problems. As a rule, a man realizes very quickly that he's just a wallet for you, or maybe a shoulder to cry on, or just a way to get out into the world to achieve something. Unfortunately, such relationships end quickly. What does a man want? He wants to be happy himself. He wants to be chosen not for convenience but for love. And no one wants to be just taken advantage of. For example, it has been noted that arranged marriages where a woman marries a man just for the money end after an average of 5 years. And it all happens because in the end, a woman realizes herself that this life is not life at all. So choose a partner who will not solve your problems, but someone who makes you feel good, easy, and warm, and who you love. And the last, 7th mistake, but also very, very important one, is loving a man the way you think is right. That is to use your own love language, not his, to show him your love. You all know that there are 5 love languages. To understand what your man's love language is, ask him from the very beginning. What is important for him in a relationship, and how will he know that you love him? He will just give you simple, direct answers, and that's how you should love him. For example, for some man, it doesn't matter at all if you cook well, if you feed him well, and if you heard somewhere that a man should be fed well, and you do it, and then you wonder if you feed him well, the man is still not happy. He says that you don't love him enough. It's simply because you actually got your love language wrong and started to impose on him the love language you think is right here. In doing so, you may be missing out on something that is very important to him. For example, it may be important to him that you always tactily embrace him. I know men who care very much about tactile touch. If a woman doesn't come up to him, doesn't touch, hug, kiss, caress him, he feels unwanted. Find out what your man's love language is, and by no means use your own love language to build a relationship with him. It's gonna be the 7th mistake. These were 7 mistakes I listed that women often make in their relationships with men. And now I'd like to offer you a challenge. Let's not just watch a video, but do this psychological work on ourselves. Especially since 90% of my audience are women who want to improve their love relationships. Let's do this challenge. In the comments below this video, share your love story with the hashtag #mymistakes. Tell us which of these mistakes, or maybe some other mistakes you made in your relationship with your ex or present man. So, what mistakes made everything fall apart? Write and tag, tell your story, because reading other people's comments, reading other girls' comments, will help you see that you also did it. It was also your mistake. It will open your eyes to what you did involuntarily, and it will be a very good work on yourself. Working through these mistakes and being able not to make them is a very big step towards your personal happiness with a new man or even with your ex-lover. Actually, is it possible to get your ex back? You may now ask yourself, or even me. Yes, it is possible. Just use my proven strategy, manifest your ex back in 35 days, that I will tell you about at my next masterclass. It will take place in the evening, it will be online, and it will be free. And there I will tell you my full strategy based on mind power, on the law of attraction. It's just a fantastic knowledge that will help you to return love and start from scratch. Even if now it seems to you that nothing in your relationship can be fixed, that the situation is hopeless, and no way a man will want to even talk to you. It's not true, it's all fixable. You may doubt it, but every month dozens of girls send me emotional messages. My ex asked me out after months of silence. He took the initiative, wanted to come back, gave me flowers. So sign up for the masterclass via the link that I will leave here and in the video description. The entrance is absolutely free, so go for it.